The Marlins are looking to collect their 8th win in a row next. Chris Sale gets the ball for Miami in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, one of the strengths of this guy is handling right-handed hitters. Right-handers coming into this game are hitting under 250 against this guy, so he's doing a lot of things right when the right-handers step into the batter's box.
So stepping in, Ozzie Albies, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
And the pitch. And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, fortune has been smiling on them recently. They're unbeaten in their last 7 games.
You know, Matty, the season's such a grind, and you fight so hard day in, day out, and you're playing against the best players in the world, so you know you're going to lose some games coming out of spring training. To get on a roll where you win 7 in a row, a week of everything coming together, that's a special feeling.
The 1-1. And the 1-1 is in the air now out to center. Marte is under it. 1 down. And now a moment to show you the lineup for Atlanta in this one. Mark, what do they have to do to take down a very hot team here on the road?
Yeah, Matty, this lineup is an interesting case study. Because if you're not a big believer in batting average, this team, they're in the bottom third of batting average, so they have to do it a little bit differently. They have to move traffic and drive the baseball out of the ballpark and into the gaps. We've seen that be successful before. Let's see if it happens again today.
Here's the first pitch to him. Looks at a changeup right over the middle.
Wow, there's a pitch right there that this guy would like to have back. Very rarely do you see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and boy, he took that one. He'd like to have that one back and be able to take a good hack at that pitch.
Behind 0-2 now. Time to take a look at the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Mike Fillmore.
Hey, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, one of the most consistent umpires throughout the league. Both pitchers and position players love this guy.
Yeah, I think one of the best in the business. How I judge a good teammate is every day he opens that door. Is he consistent? Can I count on him? Mike Fillmore is the exact same way behind the dish. That wasn't a terrible pitch right there, but if he's going to execute and get this swing and a miss, he's going to have to get that ball a little bit further down, maybe even potentially bounce the next one.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Dansby Swanson is the second out of the opening frame.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
In now, Freddie Freeman, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Sale is what you may call a stingy starting pitcher. He rarely gets hit around and threw it right past him. A swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Mike Foltynewicz will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy's last 3 starts haven't been that bad, but he's picked up a no decision in all 3. I'm sure he'd like to pick up the W in this one here today. So
digging in now, Starling Marte. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Starling Marte.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. No balls and 1 strike. Well, boys, these Braves, as they take the field here tonight, come and trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
Yeah, Matty, they got to find a way to put yesterday behind them. They got pounded without question, but today is a new day, and they regroup and grind and try and do the little things to try and win this ball game.
This is gathered in out there by Garcia for the first out. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. What do you think they need to do to keep the winning streak a rolling, D-Row?
Are we still a big believer in batting average, Matty? In today's game, I'm more interested in the OPS number. But that's not to take anything away from this offense. They lead the league in batting average, and what that tells me is they're getting a lot of guys on base. There's a lot of guys with some good approaches and good plans today. See if that leads to a bunch of runs.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Drives it out to deep right center field. Garcia on the run. And he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
Third baseman.
Stepping up to the plate, Matt Chapman. He carries the 8th best batting average in the National League entering play. Now the pitch. And he'll power in a fastball, that time at 94 for strike one. Set to deliver the 0-1. Now a swing, and wouldn't you know it, a third straight fly ball to right. And Garcia will tuck this one in, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. We are still scoreless. Now in the box, Ronald Jr. He drove in his club's only run a night ago.
Junior.
And here's a fastball called for strike one. And he misses with it, 1-1. And that's taken for a called strike two.
1-2.
The 1-2. A little bouncer. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes.
I love the fact that the hitter was able to foul that pitch away. I always thought with 2 strikes, you give the pitcher that inside part of the plate and you do your best to cover away.
Lifted into center field. Marte patrolling center makes the play, 1 out.
All right, here's the defensive alignment for the Miami Marlins. And guys, can we focus on something real quick? There's 3 of them out there. 3 gold gloves on the defensive side of the ball. That's just special right there. Look for some highlight reel plays in this one.
At the plate, Eduardo Escobar, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this is bounced foul at the plate, and that moves the count to 0-2 now.
I always say hitting is a process of elimination at the plate. I think he could go ahead and eliminate changeup. 2 in a row back-to-back. I don't think there'll be a third.
Under it now is Marte to pull it in for out number 2.
Batting 6th, right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
So here is Avisail Garcia. Lifetime against Chris Sale. He's got 5 base hits in 18 at-bats. 7 strikeouts on the stat sheet as well. Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. And that's right there, and we're even at 1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. And he fights this one off here to foul it off to the left, and that holds the count at 1-2. Missed with a slider. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a two-seamer, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Braves. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. So here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Franz Reyes. First at bat for him as he enters play number 3 in the National League batting race. First pitch of the at bat. Hit hard up the middle. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. With that, the Marlins get a good start to the inning with their leadoff man aboard. So a base hit here to start the inning, and he continues to pile them up as we take a look at our league leaders in hits so far. And as you can see right there, he's up near the top in the National League, currently 3rd best. In is Jorge Soler, a real threat with the bat, currently the National League home run leader. Here comes the first pitch. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Set to deliver the 0-1. And this is chopped foul at the plate. He's in the hole now, down 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
Time for a look at the Braves on D. Hey, let's focus on Freddie Freeman, first baseman for the Atlanta Braves. He plays one of the most reliable first basemen in the game, makes the routine play. Not only that, he can pick and grin, saving his infielders some serious errors.
Stepping in, Garrett Cooper. It was a 2-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game.
Let's get something going.
Here's the first pitch to him. A ball and no strikes. For the current campaign, Cooper has a batting line residing in the 290s, looking to boost that even higher here. Popped him up. Swanson ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
Batting 7th, second baseman.
And that'll bring in the middle infielder, Ketel Marte. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. First pitch coming. Here it is. Liner towards second, but right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. 1 left for Miami. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. And that'll bring in the multi-dimensional Lewis Brinson. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
0-1 the count. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Reyes moves over. 1 out. And with 1 away for him here in the inning, let's take a quick look at the standings, and you can see that these guys pretty much have the division in hand to this point in the season. Coming to the plate now, Pinto. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one. First pitch on its way. Way in front of that fastball. Pinto, the former New York Met, he came here by way of trade earlier this year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Flip to the second baseman covering now for the out.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Archie Alden.
Settling in now, Ozzie Albies. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. First offering on its way. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner. Pinto at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a 2-seamer, and the inning is over. Braves strand 1. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Set to get his evening at the plate started, Ari Perez, batting just a notch below 300 so far on the season. The 0-1 pitch. And this is yanked hard down the left field line. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. And a nice job to get the ball in quickly. He'll be held to a single here with nobody out.
Hey, right here, anytime the leadoff hitter gets on in front of the pitcher, it puts the defense on notice. You're going to see the third baseman creeping in. You're going to see the first baseman crashing, trying to get that out at second base. But if not, make sure of one.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Chris Sale. A textbook sack bunt situation here. First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
This is what fires me up right here. You don't get a chance to see this every day of the week. You got the reigning Cy Young Award winner squaring off against the reigning MVP. That's why you pay the price of admission.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Ball chopped foul here at the plate, and he's behind 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
Here's Starling Marte. And he puts it on the ground to second. To second for 1. On to Freeman, and they turn the double play to end the inning. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More from the show. Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Matt Vasgersian, Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, the former #1 overall pick, Dansby Swanson, the first at bat here in the inning. First delivery to him on the way. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offense.
Taken high and deep to right. Reyes going back at the track. He jumps, but he can't make the play. It's off the wall. Dansby Swanson with a solo shot. Home run number 16 for him on the year. As the Braves get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. And he misses low with it, 2-0.
One ball has already left the yard, and the big boys haven't even come up again. Get the fireworks ready.
A bouncer to the left side. Chapman's got it. And the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. One away. And so after getting the ground ball with the fastball on that last pitch, that'll segue perfectly to our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And boy, you can see it there. A couple of power arms out there as both of these guys are working in the high 90s. Fly ball right down the line in left. Soler is there. And that's the second out of the inning.
Up next for Atlanta, third baseman, Eduardo Escobar.
Eduardo Escobar standing in. Here comes the first pitch. Up around the face. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Fly ball out toward right field. Reyes is after it. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. But the Braves are on the board first thanks to the solo home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's now 1-0 Atlanta. Now batting, Chris Taylor. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1. Skied into straightaway right. This is gathered in out there by Garcia for the first out. All right, now so time for the Braves Road to the Show report as we see a couple of prospects who are having big-time success at the high levels of the minor leagues. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Here it comes. Ground ball foul down the left side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Hit sharply toward the right side. Garcia back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone.
Absolutely jumped all over that fastball, and it might have been a home run if he had it any elevation under it, but it was basically right at the outfield.
Standing in now, Franz Reyes. As he'll follow one into the dirt and come up empty for the first strike. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in. Make him prove he can adjust before you do.
In the air out to right. Garcia has a read on it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Miami down in order. They're down 1-0. So here is Avisaíl Garcia. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. First delivery to him on the way. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. Behind 0-2 now. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Lays off 2-2 now.
Wow, that was a close pitch on 1-2. The count's now on 2-2, but Boy, that one very easily could have been called strike 3. Really close pitch.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight.
Really impressive pitching right there. Sometimes as a pitcher you can get frustrated when you make a good pitch and you don't get that call from the umpire. But what does he do? He comes back with a good pitch and gets the strike.
Into the box now, Lewis Brinson, as he lifts it in the air to right field. Reyes on the move. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
Number 22.
Into the box, Pinto, a base hit in his first trip. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
Well, that's a great take there, right there, on that slider down and in. That's one of the toughest pitches to lay off of as a hitter. That hard breaking ball coming down and in at the back foot. A tough take on a good pitch.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3, but they're on top 1-0. In is Jorge Soler. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Left fielder, Jorge.
Here's the pitch.
Soler.
Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third.
All right, that's when you got to tell yourself to slow down a little bit right there. Out in front on a fastball, hit it hard, but pulled it foul.
Oh, it has him looking silly here. It's 0-2. Chopped weakly to the left. Swanson picks it up, throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Garrett Cooper.
Coming to the plate now, Garrett Cooper. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit out towards second. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone in the home 5th.
The batter, second baseman, Ketel Marte.
Stepping into the box, Ketel Marte. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Marlins. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Stepping into the box, Mike Foltynewicz. Opportunity to bat for himself with his guys up a run here in the 6th. And the pitch. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. And it's 1-1.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
1-2 now to the Braves pitcher.
I mean, the obvious key right now is the movement on his 2-seamer. He's able to spot it up in when he has to, and he's able to go back to it.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. No hits to this point. And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself at counts where he's likely to be successful.
hits this one hard the other way. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
Now batting, shortstop,
Dansby Swanson will stride in again, and you can bet he'd love to do again what he did back in the fourth. A solo home run here that's been the only long ball of the game so far. Here's the pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Misses, ball 2. High pop up. Cooper is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Braves, but they're up 1-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ari Perez. They'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line towards center field. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Boy, talk about hitting into some rough luck. That was an absolute bullet to the outfield that gets caught, and he would have represented the tying run.
Into the box, Chris Sale. As he rips it on the ground to second. Albies brings it in, and that's the second out.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Up next from Miami, Starling Marte. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. And he fouls this one off. Two out, nobody on. Oh, he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
This is why this guy is so effective. He's able to pound the zone, get ahead in the count, and now he has so many options to go to. I really couldn't tell you. It's a flip of the coin as to what he's going to throw right here.
A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Miami down in order. It remains 1-0. Welcome back to Baseball on the Show. 7th inning straight ahead with the Braves leading this one, but before we get it started, let's take a look there at the game summary to this point. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger 0-0. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the break, and then make their adjustments off that. Maybe that's the case right here.
Behind 0-2 now. Missed with a slider.
Classic strikeout pitch right there on 0-2. It's the one we know he loves going to, but great recognition to lay off in that spot.
And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
First delivery to him on the way. Lifted in the air out to center field. Marte is there, 2 gone.
Now batting, third baseman, Eduardo Escobar.
Eduardo Escobar standing in. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. In there, and it's 0-1. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Can't say he's tickling around the zone. Those last 2 pitches were pretty much grooved right down the middle, but it didn't bite him.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. Braves are set down 1-2-3, but they lead it 1-0. At the plate, Chris Taylor. He'll start the inning, and we're back to the top of the order, but they haven't looked too dangerous in this one yet, right, guys?
Well, none of them have any hits yet, so you're right on the money. They've done a great job of holding these guys down so far.
Another opportunity for him here, so we'll see if anything changes. And the pitch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2.
He would have had to go with the old school Tommy Hawk approach on that one if he wanted to get on top, but he was able to lay off it.
Line toward the gap in left center. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman as he will line this one into right center, and this is going to get down and should be extra bases. Running hard, he's digging for second. Arms pumping, he's hustling for third. The relay, and he'll make it to third safely, so your tying run is 90 feet away with only 1 gone. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he didn't come out of what he was trying to do all day, Dan. Kept the front shoulder tough, kept the ice water in his veins, and didn't try and get too big. Extends the hitting streak. Nice job.
You know, D-Row, I talked to him before the game about the streak, and he said the toughest part is he hopes to get hits early in the game to take the pressure off. He had to wait to the 7th inning in this one to come through.
Franz Reyes is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Yeah, Matty, not only is this guy using all 4 quadrants, he's elevating, getting their eye level up with a quality fastball.
And a fastball is hit on the ground towards short. Throw gets him for the second out, but meanwhile the tying run is in to score.
I like that he didn't try to do too much there. All he needed was a ground ball to tie this thing up, and that's exactly what he does. That's great situational hitting.
Now to the plate, Jorge Soler. He'll try and start things over now with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground ball. Line towards center field. Brinson will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. But the tying run comes across here, so it looks like this could be a wire job. 8th inning coming up, all tied at 1-1. Stepping up now, Avisail Garcia. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. A fastball here too low. It's 1-0. Grounded back up the middle. Taylor's got it. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. With that, we'll give you a look at our starter comparison to this point. And as you could imagine, in a 1-1 ball game, both guys sporting excellent lines so far. Striding in once again, Lewis Brinson. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Yeah, it really does, Matt, but this offense isn't helping him too much. It sort of feels like the next team to score is going to win this thing.
Oh, and he turns on this fastball and sends it out to deep left field. And I would say he got just about all of that one as this ball is gone. A home run. A solo shot here to left as they've taken a 1-run lead.
You can call it unfair or just the breaks of the game, but up until this pitch, which was a big mistake, he was throwing a gem. Now he looks up at the scoreboard and he's trailing. That's demoralizing, but he's got to forget about it quickly.
Stepping in now, Pinto. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Slider, and that's in there for strike 2.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first time he's locked a guy up with it.
And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
Austin Riley will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 27, Austin Riley.
Bouncer up the middle. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
You know, Dero, the old school thinking sometimes is when you're going through a bad streak like this guy, any way you can get on a little jam shot, even though it wasn't pretty, maybe this could get this guy finally going.
Yeah, I can't tell you how good that had to feel right there. There's moments where you slap that donut off your bat, you don't even want to walk to home plate. You're scuffling so bad.
Ozzie Albies is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. Riley is off at first with 2 away. Fastball called strike 1-2. 1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
Into the corner and slicing foul. Pitch is away, but it's swung on and grounded to second. Marte fields it cleanly, and the throw to first is in time, but the damage has been done as the side is retired. 1 for the Braves in the inning, and it comes courtesy of the long ball. On now to the bottom of inning number 8. It's now 2-1 Atlanta. Arodys Vizcaíno is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Arodys Vizcaíno.
Leading off the inning, Garrett Cooper, and they'll need him to get something going here.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
This will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out. Braves are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter, and he was really in command on the mound throughout the evening. And that'll bring in the middle infielder, Ketel Marte. 0 for 2 for him to this point. First delivery to him on the way. Swing, and he puts a charge into this one, high and deep, and you can't forget about it. This ball is gone. A solo shot down the line in right, and we are tied again.
As soon as this thing left the bat, you knew it had the distance to get out of here. The only question was whether it was going to stay fair or not. And that question was answered with a resounding doink as it caromed off the foul pole for a homer.
Standing in now, Ari Perez. Swing and a little tapper. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Hit to short. Swanson brings it in. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Good pitch right there to run the two-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball as the result.
Ryan Zimmerman will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 11, Ryan Zimmerman.
Called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. Now the pitch. Hit to third. And Zimmerman has a base hit. Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. Here's Starling Marte. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First offering on its way. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
You know, hats off to the pitcher right there. You got a great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he wanted to get ahead. Nice challenge pitch right there.
0-1. Here's the pitch. A pitch out. The throw. And they'll nail him at second on a brilliant call to pitch out, and the inning is over. Another look at the throwdown that results in a third out on the bases. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Jose Quezada will be on the mound to start the 9th inning, and his job will be keeping the ball game tied until the bottom half. And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. He'll step in trying to do something about this 2-2 tie. Here's the first pitch to him. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
One of my favorite pitches in the game right there. The old Greg Maddux equalizer. Started at the front hip and bring it back.
Hit on the ground to third. And the throw stretches him out at first as the umpire says he stayed on the bag. A bang-bang play there for the first out. Here's a look at the final line for the Marlins starting pitcher. He was great all night long. Digging in once again, Freddie Freeman. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Tough slider down low for a strike.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher to get ahead right there. You know you got a star hitter at the plate. He's not afraid to go to 2 strikes or go deep in the count. That's what you have to do. You have to put him at a disadvantage with the count.
Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. He struck him out. The 3rd time he's fanned in the game.
Well, it's been a rough series for him at the plate so far. That's 4 strikeouts in the first 2 games, so this pitching staff clearly has him figured out.
Into the box now, Ronald Jr. as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Two out, nobody on. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Taylor has got it, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Braves. And this game is still tied at 2-2. Ready once again, Starling Marte. He struggled at the top of the lineup in this one, hitless to this point.
Center fielder, Starling Marte.
He's set and the pitch. This one's down to third. And that's through for his first base hit in this one. So the leadoff hitter reaches with good speed. The 2-hole hitter can handle the bat. We'll see if they have a play on here with nobody out. So he waited till the 9th inning, but he comes through here to extend the hit streak. That was close.
Yeah, Matty B, you see that wry smile of him coming out of the box right there. He knew what was on the line. He'd be lying if he didn't.
There's a lot of pressure on you because you're walking into that batter's box thinking, I have a nice streak going, and this is more than likely going to be my last AB. He comes through in the clutch.
Chris Taylor stands in as he looks at a called strike. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Waiting on it is Brinson, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Chapman.
Now at the plate, Matt Chapman. He's got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. Here's the first pitch. That's a strike to throw down. It's a high one, and it's not going to be in time. So the gamble pays off as the winning run moves into scoring position at second base. This is line to left. Junior is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
right fielder, number 32, from Raiders.
So a big spot here, and stepping in, Franz Reyes, as he'll look to get the ball into the outfield and bring home what would be the winning run from second base. Here's the first pitch. Sinker stayed high but called for a strike. So far this season, with runners in scoring position, Reyes is hitting over 350, up in the high 300s.
Matty, great matchup right here. He's been absolutely hammering right-handed pitching all season long.
And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. The 0-1. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Now the 0-2 pitch. Hit down the third base line. And he'll try to hold up in time, but to no avail as he went around, and the inning is over. So they can't get that winning run home, and that means we'll have to go a little longer tonight to find a winner. 10th inning coming up, and we are tied 2-2. At the plate, Eduardo Escobar. He went down on strikes last time up.
Third baseman, Eduardo Escobar.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Strike one to start the at-bat.
That fastball must have a little late life on it, because that was right in the wheelhouse, and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Reyes is there to put it away for out number one.
Up next for Atlanta, right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
So here is Avisail Garcia, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Lays off 1-0. One and one. One out, nobody on. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. And he struck out again. That's the third time he's gone down on strikes in this one. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile, but hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. So the 2-out base hit, and the top of the inning is still alive.
Sometimes you need a little luck. Sometimes you need to get a ground ball with eyes, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Into the box, Pinto. And this is hit hard to the right side, but foul. The 0-1. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike. Ready with another 2-strike offering to short. Glove by Taylor. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. One hit, one left. So one will win it here as we go to the bottom of inning number 10. And we are tied 2-2. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Shane Carl comes on to start the home 10th, and he's just hoping to get this one into the 11th inning.
Number 51.
In is Jorge Soler.
Now catching and batting in the ninth spot. Number 60. Jason Castro.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Grounded to third. And there's one down now.
Now batting, first baseman, Garrett Cooper.
So striding forward now, Garrett Cooper. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Slow roller out to short. On to Freeman at first, and there are two away now.
The batter, number 4, second baseman, Ketel Marte.
And that'll bring in the middle infielder, Ketel Marte. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Going back to that last AB, that was the express. That was an upper 90s fastball that he turned around. So I think with this guy, you might want to try to incorporate some more off-speed pitches.
No balls and a strike to count. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Down and away, ball 1. Rolled slowly to first. Freeman charging this one, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Set to get his evening at the plate started, Jason Castro. And it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year, looking to get things turned around in a hurry. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Wow, we've seen some really impressive pitching in this one. You could say these lineups have been anemic, but I always like to give credit to pitching and defense, and they've been fantastic all game long.
And now back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Stepping in, Ozzie Albies. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Rounded down the third baseline, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss as he ran that 2-seamer right by him for the second out.
Good heater to strike him out there, and he looks absolutely locked in to start this inning. That's back-to-back punch-outs on only 6 pitches.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
Oh, man, he's got a chance to strike out the side on 9 pitches. 7 down, 2 to go.
Count now, a ball and a strike. The 1-1 is looked at for ball number 2. Now the 2-1 pitch. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Another chance to win it here to the bottom of the 11th. All time. Now at the plate, Ari Perez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Liner towards second. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field.
Nice to see this guy stay within himself and get a base hit to start off the bottom of the 11th right here. Usually guys try and come outside their pay grade. Not the case here. Pass the baton mentality. Let's see if he scratches one across.
Angel Vielma will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 17.
Soft liner to the right side, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Man, he's seeing it like a beach ball right now. Even his soft contact is finding holes.
He's making it nearly impossible for a pitcher right now. Up, down, in and out, hard, soft. Anything you throw forward to home plate, this guy seems to somehow be able to find a hole.
Here's Starling Marte. As he'll take a breaking ball in off the plate for ball 1. The winning run at second, however, the double play in order here. Spin and a throw back to second, but the runner's back easily. The 1-0. Oh, and this is lined into center field. It's down for a base hit. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And the Marlins have done it. They walk off a winner.
Well, the way things unfolded, you kind of had a sense that this thing was going to end in dramatic fashion, and that's exactly what happened. A walk-off for the win? Wow.
We witnessed a close one here, but this man was a big factor in the outcome, so we're inclined to pencil him in as the top player of the game.
Well, when your one hit of the game is a home run, and it ends up being a really critical one, you have to feel pretty good. It wasn't a huge day on the stat sheet, but it led his team to a win, and that's all you can hope for as a player.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. The Fish, with their 101st win of the year, tops in the division. Jose Quezada wins his 4th game out of the bullpen this year. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First, for the victorious Miami Marlins, 3 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 4 men on base. For Atlanta, 2 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 48 minutes. A reminder that special Miami-Dade transit shuttles to Golden Blaze Tri-Rail Station will be available just outside the stadium.